And then, man, I cannot see none of y'all because my screen is really, really far. But thank y'all.
Yeah. So okay, we live on the tube now.
Yep.
We live on the tube.
Yeah.
All right. You know who it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Cool Kids Tables podcast. We gonna keep the AKAs to a very minimal today. You know, it is your boy J Red the King. Of course, you got my brother here. What's up?
What's a goodie? It's Paul Scorch. You know what it is.
Paul Scorch, and we are joined with a very special guest today. Our
Yes,
boy.
sir.
Go ahead, introduce
Of
yourself,
course,
man.
Kayla Maurice, KM, man. Thanks for having me,
KM.
man.
Let me see.
Yes, sir.
Oh, see, Nate Dogg took all the other things
Spring
off of this shit. We got the Podfather in the building. What up, Nate Dogg?
Yeah.
Hey guys. Yeah, that was from another podcast that well, they left. So,
Oh, okay. I was stealing their applaud.
Oh, well, I didn't realize. I can get you some applause.
Yeah,
back on
please.
that is not a problem at all.
All right,
But,
thank you.
yes.
Yeah, when you leave, I wipe any hint of your existence.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Viral.
That makes sense.
So y'all know real producer shit. I hear it in my ears, bro.
Yeah,
Like that's like,
yeah.
like I'm on First Take and shit. That's
No,
dope.
exactly,
dope.
Right.
exactly. So, Kalen is he's going live on Instagram. So shout out to all of his followers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
You see us
Make
over
sure y'all
there.
go ahead and hit the Cool Kids Table Pod, man. I've been posting about them all morning, so click the links. You feel me?
Absolutely. Link is in our bios.
Yeah.
All right, so Kalen, man. So let's get into you real
Talk to
quick,
me,
man.
man.
So what exactly do you do?
First and foremost, you got to keep the main thing. I'm a musician.
Mhm.
I'm an artist. I'm a producer first. I rap, also engineer, mix and master.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that kind of goes in that little line, that's what I do for myself. But most recently, people might know me as the radio personality on my own show, KM Radio.
Right.
So that's what I mainly do right now in conjunction with everything. So, just trying to be an entrepreneur out here.
Right, and that's how I found you, right?
Yeah,
through the radio show. So
Yeah.
how did the radio show start up?
So the radio show actually started up. It didn't start with me in a sense. It's like an evolution of how everything kind of came about. So initially, it started with Ant. Ant had a podcast. So if y'all don't know Ant Anafilm, he's the person that created Anafilm. Ant had a podcast, and back in the day, I used to work with a DJ named DJ Cube. And DJ Cube and I used to work at a after school program for kids and things like that. And he would help out kids. And so I knew he did DJing. He knew I was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So years later, probably like 7 years later or so, like real network type stuff.
Right.
So like 7 years later, DJ Cube was working with Ant on the NFM stuff because they was really just trying to do Twitch programming and showing their DJ stuff. If you go on Twitch right now, you can see people doing the DJ stuff and people get get really, really interactive with that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So they was just doing that. And so they wanted me to come in, to add another little spice to it as this interview. Hey, man, let's get Kayla Maurice on to get an interview, man, get a podcast like today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
okay. So I came in, did a nice little interview, and Ant, I already knew DJ Cube, and Ant was just like, man, I love this dude, man. This dude's pretty cool. So I remember we exchanged numbers. Then this next day, this nigga Ant, text me. It was like, hey, you have any ideas of what I can offer more artists like you? Like, what can I do to help this out? First thing I said back, and I was just like, I want in. Before I tell you anything, I want in.
Give me that
Yeah,
percentage.
I need something before I tell you anything. And Ant, cool ass dude, he was like, of course, bro. Like, I wouldn't even do any other way.
Right.
So he was like, cool. And so, once that filter got off, it was like, all right, man. Every idea that I had for years that I wanted to do myself, it was like, you should do this, do that. I ain't gonna say them because we might still be doing them. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? Do that. And so for the most part, things was like carrying along. He was like, okay, yeah. And he was like, everything everything you're promoting, I want you to basically be a part of too. So whether it was like artist spotlights, things like that, you know what I'm saying? That's what he was gonna say he's gonna do for me. And it was like, cool. So we had like couple more conversations, and this is still podcast stuff, you know what I mean? It's not even a radio show. And so he's talking to me and he's saying that, oh yeah, I just purchased the music registration so I can go ahead and play music live and not be hit down with the copyrights. I was like, what you mean?
Which I didn't know that was even a possibility, right?
I didn't know you could do that either.
Yeah.
And I was like, what you mean? Because like I knew he was talking about, but I need him to elaborate so I can see like what you mean. What did you do here, Ant? And he was like, yeah, so when we go on Twitch, I don't want them to be, hitting me and saying I'm getting my copyrights hit. And I was like, so you mean you bought the registration subscription fee so you can play broadcasting rights? I had to like let them know. So you
So
can play
could you-
broadcasting rights.
Could you play anybody's music?
You can play any broadcasting.
Wow,
Really?
that's
I
crazy.
can play
I didn't
Prince.
know.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
shit, that's
Yeah,
fine.
you feel me? So it's like
Yeah.
that's why we have the radio station as well, NFM. So if you go download the app or go to the ant-fm.com,
Mhm.
it has a listen now, and there's a 24-hour radio station.
Oh wow.
So
Huh.
like when people go red and gold,
Mhm.
you get into the mix.
Right.
So you get
Yeah.
them, you get them pushed in there with regular people.
Right.
So
right.
you're a part of a radio mix
Yeah.
that's getting
Yeah.
hit
Right.
continually. And so when he told me that he had about the music broadcasting rights and things like that, so we can go ahead and air it, I looked at my nigga and I was like, you know, you got a radio station, right? He was like, what? I was like, nigga, y'all just worry about Twitch. Why don't we do a radio station? What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
Nigga, like, what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I never thought of that. I was like, bro, we gotta just do it, nigga. Fuck it. Just think about it. So then the DJs that we had at the time, like, bro, so many transitioning KM.
Mhm.
The DJs that we had at the time, that was just gonna be Twitch DJs, ended up making DJ mixes for our radio stations. So now it was like DJ Cube mixed, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
wow.
That's
And
crazy.
it was like
Crazy.
we was doing it, you feel me? So that was rolling. I would say some inner turmoil happened when it came to the top people before me. Because
Mhm.
at that time, season 1, season 2, and things like that, things looked good,
Mhm.
things felt good, but things were still kind of rocky in regards to like, what's
So
going
you're
on.
you're in season 4 right now of
I'm
your
on season
show,
4
right?
right
So
now,
what
yeah.
determines a season?
I do 9 to 10 episodes each season.
Okay.
So I go based off of the length.
Mhm.
And then we do an off season. Off season is based off of really just getting our mind together, healing, getting the time with your family, getting things set. You going on vacation, get that shit out the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do
Right.
y'all things because when we come back, we locked in for another 10 weeks straight,
Mhm.
or whatever we do. And there's not saying I don't want excuses, but
Mhm.
I'm blocking out my schedule, Ant's blocking out his schedule, whoever's
Yeah.
blocking out their schedule, and we're all in the same height. You know what I mean?
That's a great idea,
That's
yeah.
what it is. So we
That's
do
dope.
our off seasons.
Because me and this motherfucker been going at it. Just wink, wink.
I gotta give people. It's like when
Weird.
you become like a CEO in your own right and things like that, or a boss, whatever cases they're gonna call it. It's like you got to take in people's mental states, for an account.
Yeah.
So it's like I also still go to a 9 to 5. You feel me? I still get paid on a
Yeah.
hourly and things like that. And so I realized that sometimes being led into the dark and not
Mhm.
knowing where the tunnel is going to lead to the light, it makes you a disgruntled worker. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like I always let people know, hey, you're going to be on for the next 10 weeks. We got a week break in the middle. We got this going on. I need this for that. And just anything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so everybody's on the same accord. So if anything was to happen and messed up on something like that, we all know that life happens.
Yeah.
We try to adjust, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So you had brought up the red folder
Yeah.
and the gold folder, right?
Yep.
And so I've watched his last two. I
Yeah.
watched his last 2 shows. So I'm getting familiar with the show.
Okay.
Explain to everybody, because you also have a blue folder.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So now
You ain't touched it yet.
Yeah. So what?
He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah.
So I don't want to brag, but I do think I think you said I went straight to gold.
We put you to go. That one happened 2 times throughout everything. And it's like, so let me go ahead and explain.
Okay.
So red folder means it's the fire folder, it's the hot folder. We like the music. It's
Gotcha.
really dope. It's nothing, don't say there's nothing wrong with it, but
Mhm.
there's more good qualities that outweigh the bad. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's how we usually weigh the red folder.
Mhm.
The blue folder is explanation of itself. Ice cold, man. We ain't really feeling it. Didn't really get to the next level.
Mhm.
We heard a lot of things we can go ahead and criticize about it, and we're trying to make you better by saying on your next song, or even if this song's not out, hey, do these things and it'll be a better song. We'll
Right.
be able to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Send it back into us and things like that.
Mhm.
Before I go to the gold folder, we even had a blue folder show,
Mhm.
and we brought back all the blue folder
Oh,
songs
wow.
for
Okay.
a season,
Oh,
right?
what?
Just to see, like, I was like,
Just a trash ass episode.
yeah, just to see. 'Cause, like, a lot of
No.
motherfuckers be like, oh man, my shit didn't went blue, man.
Right.
Y'all blah blah blah.
Uh,
And so you be like, well, let's see. So we bring them back. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I'll bring you back and see exactly how it's rocking. And I'll tell you, y'all know how I judge. You feel me? People say
Yeah.
I'm too soft and shit. So I'm like, nigga, if we brought back the blue folder and only one song made it, the songs wasn't good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's all it was. So it's like so the blue folder, the songs are not really good. It's not cutting it. But the gold folder, you know what I'm saying? So the gold folder, basically what we typically do for the gold folder is each season I have gold folder next week as well. So I gotta be working this fucking week, getting this shit together.
Mhm.
I go through the whole season and I find all the Red Folder songs,
Mhm.
and I make them go head to head and battle against each other, which song sounds I know most likely alike to each other. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So two Cali type artists, whatever the case is, they're going against each other to say who got the best song of that realm. You feel me?
Mhm.
So I go all the way up. It's 20 songs, so there's going to be, basically like 10 winners in a sense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so I was like, that's how I basically do. They all have to go against each other. So with your song,
Mhm.
you feel me? Like last week,
Last week, yeah.
last week with your song, we put his song straight to the gold folder. And the thing about that, yes, sir, man, you gotta put a little round of applause in there.
Yeah,
So I push
man.
that little button. So the main thing about that is that when that only happened twice, and yours was the second one. And the first time I didn't even invoke it.
Mhm.
Ant had invoked, no, I think that should go to gold folder. I forgot what song it was. He was like, this song right here should go to gold folder. So when I heard your song
Mhm.
and I'm seeing the reactions in the room, I'm seeing all the faces,
Mhm.
I'm hearing the feeling, I'm seeing the lives. It's like, it's not too often we got greens everywhere,
Right.
or in a sense, reds everywhere, and not one person like,
Mhm.
we ain't fucking with this, or this reminds me of this person. This,
Yeah.
but I was like a Jay-Z, Tupac type of tone, and
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Oh, you can't just throw them in the red folder after that type of shit."
Mhm.
So I asked him, I was like, "Hey man, like y'all, how y'all feel about throwing this straight to the goal like we did last season?" And everybody was in congruent, in agreement. You feel me? We was all on our same level, and it was like, yeah, straight to the goal with that one.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and announce your song, man. What
Yeah,
song was that?
man.
So they know where to find it.
That
man.
was Love Don't Live Here Anymore, produced by Cygnus. Have you heard that one?
I believe I
Yeah, you
have.
might
have heard it.
I'm sure I have.
I be sitting on a lot of shit.
That shit was crazy.
I just be sitting on shit.
That was a
Yeah,
dope
man.
one.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. I
yeah.
appreciate it. All right, so you got the radio show.
Radio show.
Now you are artist first, right?
Artist first.
So your last album, I had wrote it down because I actually took a look. I had listened to it, man.
Thank you.
I listened to it. What was it called? Life is Good. Is that what it was called?
Life
Or-
therapy.
Life Therapy.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, so that you dropped that in 2020, 2 years
Yep.
ago.
The reason why I did that, so that was the last album. So with all the things that was going on with everything. So one, the radio station picked up right after that,
Mhm.
and then so I started focusing mainly on that as well because I've been an artist since I was 12, and the radio station was to me the first time I felt like me and another rapper wasn't competition.
Mhm.
It was like they want to come to me because I have something else to offer than just, hey, rap on this, or
Yeah.
charge this, or charge that. You know what I'm saying? We weren't competition anymore. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Everybody looks at us as competition because we're all rappers, and it's like, no, I have services to give you guys. Come
Yeah.
to me. And so I actually took a back step on not rapping because I still have songs, but putting out all the music, and I was doing singles. So like Therapy was my last album, but I still got the Misguided single,
Mhm.
Bad Company single, For the F single, and things
Mhm.
like that was going out, and also trying to really make my print on the producer side,
Mhm.
because my main thing is, as a rapper, I want a billboard. I want to go plaque. I want a platinum plaque. I'm gonna be real, and I know that it's easier to get those things, or better to get those things, when you work in a group as well.
Yeah.
And you come as a collective.
Right.
And so if I can make the beat on a really dope track or feed a line for a really dope artist, it's like I used to be, in a sense, self-centered and selfish about what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
So now the radio show has offered me to get another like deep dive in everything and open my mind and be like, bro, I just want to be involved.
Yeah.
I just want to help. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so it came for me, focus on my album, my music, this and that, because like I've been doing it since 12.
Mhm.
And so it's like, now it's like, damn, the radio station is really kicking off. Let me focus on this one, because if I put all my eggs in this one basket and forget about that chick that's growing over there,
Mhm.
that shit would never be a fucking rooster, or whatever the case is. They gotta let it grow up. So
Right.
now the radio station to me is the thing that's snowballing things and getting shit rolling
Mhm.
to the point that it will go back to the music and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so yeah, and also that was around COVID time. And
Yeah.
I was really
So-
mad when I
so-
released my album. I believe it was in March
Mhm.
of 2020. Yeah, I released the album March
Peak lockdown.
2020, and then the lockdown happened. I couldn't fucking go perform.
Mhm.
I was like, yo, it made me kind of like, oh my God, bro. So when the radio station came, it was like another outlet for me to go ahead, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even I didn't even showcase really none of my music, like even to this day. It's really for the
Right.
city, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
So are you working on a new album or anything? Or
I'm
you
not
just-
doing any albums right now.
No? Okay.
The albums, if I do an album, it'll be a collective of songs that fit the mesh of things like that.
Right.
But right now, I would say I'm really just willing to give my services off to people,
Mm-hmm.
and more so do beats for people. That's like the main thing. and don't hit me up to send you a beat pack.
Mhm.
Hit me up to go chill at somebody's house or a studio, wherever the case is, so we can vibe.
Right.
And I can press play
So
in
it's
your
organic.
face.
Yeah.
I want to press play in your face. You know what I'm saying? That's how I grew up on. So I didn't have niggas hold on beats for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because in the email and then I got no urgency to get to it. So
Right.
it's like, nigga, I don't want you to make a song 5 years later. I ain't even the same nigga no more. So don't put my shit out like that.
Exactly.
You know? So I be seeing that. So my main thing right now is organic feels. Come to the stew. Come wherever we can meet up real quick, whether it's an hour or two, feel the vibes that I have to offer, and we can go ahead and cook up something together. Because like, if I'm not doing that, I'm just a beat maker. Like, I'm a producer, bro.
Yeah.
So I got shit to offer. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel.
That's a dope ass quality. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh no.
No,
Speak, my brother, speak.
It's all good, man. I'm
brother.
just chilling, bro. I'm just vibing.
All right, my bad.
I was just gonna ask, did you produce your whole album, the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did the whole thing, huh?
Everything.
Oh shit!
word.
Also
Okay.
mastered it.
Damn.
Oh,
The
damn.
whole- the
This dude is
whole
a
nine.
jack of all trades.
You know what I'm saying?
You can be a jack of all trades. or a master
Multifaceted.
of
Yeah,
none.
shit. That's
Yeah.
important, man. That's
So like, yeah, man, like even that line finishes, but a master of none will basically be like a better than like a just like when you try to like in a sense master one thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you don't explore everything else, it's like you're blocking off your blessings. You feel me?
Right.
It's like you're not
Limiting
even looking at
yourself,
what you
yeah.
can do. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So when I get my feedback on the show and things on that about mixing and things like that, it's not because I'm the best fucking rapper in my head.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's because sonically it just sounds like you should have did it like this or you should have did it like that. You
Right,
feel me?
right.
So yeah, man, like being able to explore all those different things, you know exactly what's your best quality,
Mhm.
and they all become well rounded. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I did the whole album. Like all my songs, I did everything.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
like-
That takes a lot of skill and talent. man.
Hell
That's
yeah.
why it don't come out that
That's a lot
often.
of work, too.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it takes a lot of time too.
That's
It's
hella
like a lot of
work.
mental work, nigga.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hey,
Find
so-
the time to record with kids screaming and shit. Like, hey,
For
I'm
real.
shit. So, yeah, man.
So back to the radio show real quick.
Yeah,
I
radio.
just had this quick question. So
Yes, sir.
okay, so you'll tell people, artists will send a song, they'll play the song, and then you'll say, straight to the blue folder. Now I've heard Ant go a little hard on the
Ant
cover, and
goes
just
hard.
these last
Yeah.
2 episodes, man.
He's like that since season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has
been like
anybody ever tried to like not press y'all, but like maybe even in the comments, just been like, man, fuck y'all.
Nah.
Really?
Not trying to say they know better.
Yeah.
Like, no, because like not even like that. Because it's like because the comments are gonna roast you, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's like being real. It's like you got to think about it. If you're sending your music somewhere and people are giving you their honest opinion,
Mhm.
and not only that, you're in the comments
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're giving their honest opinion too, you're gonna look worse
Yeah.
arguing with people. So
Yeah.
it's better for you to just take the information. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like because at the end of the day, this is your audience,
Yeah.
or you're trying to make them your audience. So
Right.
it's not about whether we're wrong or not. It's about you making a business decision and saying,
Mhm.
"Is this the right? This is the fight.
This
It's
is
the
right.
battle. It's the battle for me
It's
right
just
now.
the right way to
It's
go.
the business decision. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So
Go.
it's more of like a not saying, "Oh, you don't want it because we about to do something." No,
Mhm.
it's your image at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is the platform. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna post this stuff.
Mhm.
And y'all lucky I don't post the blue folder stuff right now. 'Cause y'all, you know what I'm saying? I do try to
Will
preserve.
embarrass you all.
Yeah, I do try to preserve images. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You gotta watch the whole show to see what happened on the blue folder. That's talking hella shit about somebody, things like that.
Mhm.
So it's not out of like malice. It's really out of getting you support. But Ant,
Mhm.
what I would say is that Ant, not purposely, because it's actually his character.
Mhm.
He will go hard because he does want to make you better, but he's not
Right.
gonna. No, I'm naturally a positive person. This is
Yeah.
what I am. So when I give you
Yeah.
something, I'm gonna give you the criticism, but I'm also gonna lift you up to say blah blah blah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna break you down, but build you
Yeah,
up.
this
I'm
is
gonna
why.
or
Yeah.
no versus no or the counteractive of that.
Mhm.
Ant will be like, yeah, what was that song called? No joke. Yeah, nigga, that shit was all of a joke. And he'll make a pun out of your song. Oh, what was that shit called? I swear.
Yeah.
I swear you better not send no shit in.
Them
You know what I'm
niggas
saying?
be
Like,
like-
Hey,
so-
I fuck with that though. I think
I
I'm
fuck
like
with it
an
heavy.
ant.
Yeah.
I fuck with it
shit,
heavy, you know,
man.
because it's like being on like you don't want 2 of the same people on the
Nah,
pod
right.
or on the show. So it's like it definitely balances out, you know. So it's like there's one like 2 episodes ago, Ant was chilling too much.
Mhm.
Like he was just chilling, like every song was read. He didn't have no criticism. He was just like, I like it, bro. I ain't nothing to say. I'm like, Ant, shit, I gotta be you today. Fuck, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm getting amped. You know,
Right.
like shit. So Ant is definitely that dude that keeps things smooth, running. Like he's like executive producer of the show as well. We do a lot of things together, but Ant, he like I said, it started on his platform. So I do give a lot of credit to Ant as well and being there and things like that. But he does make the show what it is as well, and you got to have those different opinions. That's why I even like bringing those interviewers in and co-hosting, so we can get another person on the panel, so we can bounce off of what me and Ant doing.
Well, shout out to Ant, man.
Ant, shout out to Ant, man. Real talk.
See, it's funny because like me and him, I think Paul is better at understanding like the new generation of music than I am, bro.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, nah, fuck that. This is trash. Bro, I told him for 2 weeks I was gonna listen to Future's album. Still ain't listening to that shit. And I keep telling myself I have to.
You have to.
But I can't get into it, bro. I can't get into it. So it's just funny because when I'm listening to your show, right? Not that no disrespect to anybody, but I really was like, oh, that shit is garbage. Yeah. You know, I'm like, instantly put that in the blue folder. Like every time I'm hearing certain shit.
See, so like that's like the thing I be running into all the time. So people will hear a song, right, and they will expect me to go blue because they went blue, or go red because they went red, and it'd be like, I can hear a song that I would never play, but I know that this song would take over TikTok. That's a red folder song.
You're right.
I'm not gonna be no hater about it.
You're looking at it from all different types of angles.
It was this one dude, like he said, dude, niggas be getting at us. Somebody got on my messages. So what happened was, the nigga sent the song in, right? And it was like a rock and roll type of song. And we used to, not saying used to, but we still offer those type of like services, you feel me? So it's like a rock and roll song, but the song sounded like it can be, Ant said this, first of all. Ant was like, man, that shit sound like it could be a training video at Home Depot, basically getting your job application in. Like, that's the training video they put on. That's how it sounded. Right. And I was like, nigga, that shit sound like a commercial song, nigga, for like, Lowe's and shit, like, nigga, right now. And that person took that as disrespect. And it was like, you dumbass, what we're telling you is go fucking get that shit licensed. Bro,
that's a bag right there. You let Lowe's pick that up?
It's not for us, for this radio station. But we're telling you that song could be this. It can be on Home Depot. It could be on Lowe's. It could be this. Go get that shit licensed somewhere. But he hit me up. You feel me? He was like, oh, if I would have knew it was more of a hip hop station, I wouldn't have sent my music in. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, bro, we play everything. I said, bro, I play stuff from India. I play stuff from Europe. I said, I play stuff, pop singers in New York. I said, I played it all. I played rock and roll stuff. I had a rock and roll band from England send me their stuff, and I loved their music. I'm mad that they ain't sent no more. And I'm like, and I was like, so when you sent it in, I'm giving you a real good air, nigga. I used to wake up, I have to go to school, and only thing I was playing was fucking MTV and VH1. You know what I'm saying? I know the music. You know what I'm saying? So it was like when I heard it, it was like, and Ant heard it too. Like, nigga, it's a good song. Not for KM Radio or NFM, but bro, you should go do this stuff with it. And bro just wasn't doing it. You feel me? So he got all mad in my messages. And I had to let him know, like, I'm so respectful with it, but I had to let him know, like, bro, like, nigga, you taking this shit too much to heart. Come on, brother.
That's hilarious.
You got any like your good personal friends that sent you some music that been kind of like, like boo, and you had to go ahead and
of course.
You had to let them know, you know what I'm saying, that that's just straight blue folder or what?
It's always like that. You feel me? So it's like I said, like
they got a lot of trash friend rappers.
The main thing about that is like we have songs that we like, we have songs that we don't like. You feel me? So it's like and a lot of the people that send the music in, a lot of new people, but a lot of people that I grew up with, you know what I'm saying, from growing up in Sacramento, things like that. And so I already know what they're doing right now. Gotcha. A lot of people don't send their music in, and I'm gonna be real, that's some hater shit. I'll talk on that a little bit. That's some hater shit. But what I mainly see is that for the ones that do send their stuff in, and I do go blue folder, like I said, nothing that I say is out of malice. It's like if you invited me to your studio and you asked me how to make it better. This is me. You asked me how to make it better, but you asked me on live. That's all you doing. You feel me? So it's like if you were to invite me to the house or the studio and you played that same song and I say I think you should do this real quick, it's the exact same thing. And so if I do blue folder your song, just go work on it. If it ain't out already, and if it is out, make another song better.
That's better.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So nothing like it. Like, I don't expect all my songs to go fucking red folder. This is my show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it is what it is, though. But you definitely gotta let niggas know, because it's about integrity.
Like
Mhm.
that.
You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, I feel you.
It's all about
yeah.
integrity. Like if you sent the song and say we mean you hella cool right now,
Mhm.
like we got cool as fuck. You feel me?
Yeah.
Start doing whatever. You sent me a song and like, oh yeah, okay, bro. Last one I went gold. Well, let me see what this one do. You
Yeah.
feel me? You send it in, and then I'm just like, I ain't trying to hurt my nigga feelings.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
You sent it in.
Yeah.
I think I would appreciate that.
I
shit,
would
though.
too, bro.
It's not a yes.
Like
man.
if I, you know what I'm saying, if I put my all into some shit and then I send it in and dude was like, hey, I ain't it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you know what? I appreciate you for saying that shit because sometimes motherfuckers be blind to their own music. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
that's like shout out to Q. You know Q, the producer.
yeah. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
You know, I went to go record with him, and when I was recording, bro, I would be rapping, and he would stop it and be like, "That ain't it."
Yeah.
And then like a lot of people would get upset, bro. But I was like, man, I appreciated that shit
that
because it's like he want me to sound my best. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So like, yeah, that's exactly what you doing.
Man, I gotta. I didn't work with Q yet, but his name's been going around my head. Like I said, like I got a lot of networks I gotta go ahead and touch up.
Mhm.
But I was working with this singer named St. James, and
He's raw, bro. I think I follow him on the gram.
nice. Yeah, I said I went to one of the studios he worked around. I went to go work with him for a second for so my family owns this restaurant. Well, my mom owns this restaurant called Louisiana Heaven.
Mhm.
And so like we had to they wanted me to make a theme song for or a version of a theme song, me rapping, right? So I come in, nigga, I make my best, greens and macaroni and cheese bars and shit. You know what I'm saying? I make the best bars I could do. You feel
Right.
me? And I remember we go to the session, and this is my first time actually in the studio. So it's actually kind of like, not saying super recent,
Yeah.
but it was like okay, bro, this is how things sound. This is the big 808s that y'all the subs and things like that. It made me be like, okay, this is it.
Mhm.
I can hear what things are supposed to sound like. So when I go back home, I at least know how to translate.
Yeah.
That was my main thing I was trying to go. So when I get there, I remember he was like, oh yeah, man. First of all, we waited like 30 minutes while he mixed up some other stuff. So, I'm like just sitting there like all antsy and shit. Antsy as a motherfucker, So then the producer finally cues up the song, right? And the song comes on. And they had like different beats for me to rap on, but they told me to practice on something else. So the one that I had, everything too, they tried to send me on totally different beats, and it was like, I don't think that's flowing. So as an artist, you got to tell people no, and yes as well, and give them direction as well, not just be like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So they told me the beat that they chose, that we all chose, that I rapped on. They told me to rap it, so I rapped it, and it was like, I'm about to bring it out. Take it to the L, put some south in the mouth, like something like that, right? And I was rapping, I was going, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a one take.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah, shit, bro. I get into that motherfucking studio, bro. First time I had to punch in. I never punch in. You feel me? But now I learned that there's some benefits to doing when it comes in. And so it was like,
I think I always punch in
at this point now.
At this point, yeah, because you realize that. Man, these niggas is punching in. They using auto tune.
Yeah, it's cheating.
Yeah, so
it's
it's like fuck it. At this point, it's like, yeah, you got to make the song sound as concise.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's what it is. As perfect as it's supposed to be, you have to do these things.
Bro, how they do that shit in the 90s? The 90s was no punching in. You had to
hit the whole verse.
I'm gonna refute that.
There was?
Eazy-E's first song was all punch-ins.
Was it?
Cruising in my street in my 6'4", punch. Jocking the bitches. Slapping the hoes, punch. Went to the.
You right.
That was all punch.
That is
you right.
He wasn't a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
They had to put him in each one. So it was like this stuff's been going on, but it's more of like so if I say freestyle right now, you might come off the top. Okay, I know blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But a freestyle back in the day could have been off the dome, or more really, I got something in my back pocket. I'm gonna go ahead and spit.
Oh yeah,
that's what they usually do.
Motherfucker been there for years.
Yeah, but that's and rap that shit.
Cheating.
Yeah, you feel me? Because you go to a real freestyler, you want them to come off the dome, like nigga, talk about what we see right here.
Yeah, you better rap about my shoes in my hand.
And the
time is 11:50.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh shit, that's a freestyle. And somebody else is like, like I said, they got a dope rap in their pocket.
Yeah.
And I think like a few things happened with that. I remember when Busta Rhymes said something about it. That basically he was like, he was at school and somebody had bust his ass in a rap. You feel me? He was like, fuck that, I got to get back. So he said, I went home, nigga, wrote the best shit, memorized it, came to school the next day, Busta Rhymes.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
I came to school. He said I wasn't even rapping, but nigga got on me so hard, I had to come back with something. And Busta Rhymes was born. You feel me?
That's crazy.
And so, yeah, man, that's what I be noticing, man.
Well, man, with it the show's not done, but let everybody know where they can find you, man. Where they can find a radio show, where they can find the
Yes.
music. Let everybody know.
The best place to find it now, new website, CalebMaurice.com. Literally just fixed it up like 3-4 days ago, put the final touches on it.
Okay.
CalebMaurice.com is where you can find everything at. Or just type in Caleb Maurice. You know, if you want to check some music out, Caleb Maurice is my name, man. Easy. You feel me? CalebMaurice.com, anything. The radio station is also there. You can go to CalebMaurice.com/KM Radio. Go on all my Twitches. Everything is Caleb Maurice. All the information will be there. I'm telling y'all, like, it's universal. Go on
Perfect.
any
That's
profile,
what's up.
you'll find music. You'll find KM Radio. You'll find fucking dog, wife,
Mhm.
kids. No matter. You know what I'm saying? You'll find
Yeah.
it all.
All right, cool,
That's
man.
what's up.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's get into the shits, man.
Yeah,
So
let's talk
every
some
week, you know what I'm
shits.
saying, we got to talk about what happened in the culture.
Yep.
And the coach.
And let me hit this little clip. Hold up.
Just get the shit first.
Let's get it.
Shit. How we gonna get the shit? Woo, we gonna get the shit now.
So I was talking to Kalen before Paul came in here.
Yeah.
He hasn't had the chance to listen to
Okay.
the God,
Okay.
but I think we have to still discuss
Still
it.
wanna get
Give
to
me a
it?
preview of what's
I'll
going
give
on.
you a preview.
Yeah,
We'll give
tell me
you a-
what's going on.
Let's let Brother Paul start it off.
I gotta start it
You
off.
gotta start it off.
Yes,
Hey
sir.
man, I don't even really know how to put that shit into words, man. Like when Kendrick put the Heart Part 5, I was like, this gonna be something special, right? And I was
Did you hold on? Did you hear that? Did you hear the
Yeah,
hard
yeah,
part?
definitely.
Okay.
Seen it
And I'm like,
3
okay.
times.
Yeah,
Make sure
yeah,
I
yeah.
understood what he was talking about.
Shit is hard.
Yeah.
Shit was dope. I was like, okay. This the type of energy we on, right?
Yep.
That was so dope. I was afraid
Mhm.
that the album was not going to be able to live up because it's too anticipated.
Yeah.
Anytime that I anticipate anything like that, a movie, gang, whatever the fuck it may be, it'll never live up to what it was.
Always disappointment.
This did it.
This did not.
Did it?
Oh,
Like,
it
It
did.
lived up.
Oh,
Oh,
I
it
see what you're
lived
saying.
up.
Okay,
Everything
okay.
that I thought it was
Okay.
going to be and more.
Okay.
I didn't expect this at all from this. I didn't. When dude took 5 years to make this, it sounded like it.
Yeah.
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 It sounded like it.
So it's a double disc, right?
Double, yeah.
You know,
Double
not
album,
disc,
whatever,
double
however you
album, yeah, whatever.
How many songs is it?
9 on each. So I
Yeah.
think it's 18,
That's dope.
right?
Yeah, with 2 interludes on each. But interludes is fucking amazing.
Right.
I can't wait for you to listen to this.
I'm listening to it on my way home. Like I was just telling you that the reason why I can't listen, not saying can't, but all these new submissions I've been having to do and just
Yeah.
get the ear going. So now that I have a little bit of like, clarity on the way home, bro, I'm popping that in
So
instantly.
I will say I'm a Kendrick fan,
Me
right?
too.
Definitely.
Very, obviously
too.
I always thought he was number one of the new school.
Me too.
To Pimp a Butterfly was not for me.
Okay.
All right.
I get it.
Damn.
Why not?
I don't know, man. I think it was just too
So what you going back to Section 80, nigga? You know,
I mean,
like what you trying to go back to?
I mean,
You
Good
more-
Kid,
you
Mad
probably
City.
More of a Good Kid, Mad
Yeah,
Mad
Good
Good
Kid.
Kid, Mad City was this album is his best album.
Do you think so?
I think so. I've listened to it probably like 4 times.
Me too.
already.
Non-stop. There's no
Non-stop.
skips.
Yeah.
There's not a skip on there.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, I think it's more than this music. It's cinematic, man. Like it's legitimately like not just a album that you listen to for singles.
Mhm.
I was going to ask you because when you was explaining it, I was going to ask you, does it feel like an audio movie?
That's exactly
Absolutely.
what it is. That's
Yeah,
exactly
Absolutely.
what it is.
Let me tell you what's hard to do, right? And I feel like me as an artist, when I get in certain shit, I think I can do the same thing. Is I be trying to make music to touch people's soul.
Yeah.
Like I've had people hear some of my records and literally been like, "Yo, you really made me cry."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a record on there,
You
He-
did it. You did it. Ooh, you did it.
What's
Bro,
The, what's the
You
name?
did it. Which one was it? The auntie or the one after that one?
the one after that one. So
Oh my God.
the Mother I Sober, right?
Yes.
That one, bro. That
Yeah.
one almost made you cry.
Yeah.
See,
Nah.
knowing
I
that
Yeah.
you guys are really hyping this up because I have to. I'm like,
Nah,
nah,
bro.
no,
Bro,
no,
and
not
Nicole-
not
yeah.
in a bad hype, like a hype, like
Yeah.
yo, I have to fucking
You
push this
have to.
fucking
You
button.
have to.
Yeah.
You owe it to yourself. to
Because
experience.
Yes.
because the main thing, because like people know what I try to do is I'm definitely more for the artist that can actually give more than just the negative side of rap. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
so am I, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
me
the
too.
same way.
And so, like, not just saying, oh, positive rap, but make a constructive story
Mhm.
or something I can
Yeah.
actually hold my hat on. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so it's like, or hang my hat on. And so knowing that Kendrick has always been like that to me,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and like you said, it lives up to the hype. Year after year after year, I've been seeing people say this person's the best, because
Yeah.
they make club type music or they make
Mhm.
this type of
Yeah.
music. They bounce and things like that. And it always goes to, but when is hip hop going to come back? You
Yeah.
feel me? Like when do we come back to saying this supposed to have meaning? It's supposed to have a little bit of like art to it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Instead of just getting people going to the club.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's why people will say like Drake will hold down the Billboard charts,
Yeah.
but when it's time for like a Kendrick or even the
Cole,
or
yeah.
even Cole,
Mhm.
most previously now, people will stop their time
Yeah.
Yeah.
and sit there and be like, oh my God, this is like life changing.
It's an
You know what I'm
event.
saying?
Yeah.
This is an event.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like a piece of history, a piece of art. And so like that's like the one thing. And I think, I would say you guys got me like ready, type press play
Oh
on this
man.
motherfucker. I gotta
No,
hear it.
Especially
in its
when
entirety.
you get to that record in particular, and the one like Scorch was saying, there's another one where he talks about his aunt, where it's like, fuck, bro.
Transitioning
Yeah.
into
a man.
into a transgender.
But it's like,
But it's the way that he's talking about it and the way he's putting it. Excuse me.
Mhm.
You feel like every bar, like
Yeah.
like it's. I would say it's a pinnacle in rap at this point. It's a standout, like legitimately a time in hip hop that we're gonna remember, because it's like, bro, nothing like this. I don't remember ever hearing anything like this ever.
I have never
Right.
heard anything like
Okay.
this.
like this ever.
He literally paints the picture for you. Like, we all call ourselves artists, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a legit artist,
Oh,
bro.
legit artist.
Yeah.
Like he painted the picture for your brain with his words, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Only certain people really can do that.
Only prophets can do that.
It's not no mumble rap. It ain't no just hooky shit. Like it's legitimately art. Like Joe was saying, and it's like he's got a couple features on there that you were like, man, like what the fuck is this? But the thing about it is that shit worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he had Kodak on there, and I'm like, what the fuck is he fucking with Kodak?
He had Kodak on there multiple times.
multiple times.
Mm.
Kodak is on there with a poem. One of the most dopest parts.
That's what I was gonna say. So Lil Duval had made a post before, right?
Yeah.
And was like, y'all don't want to admit that Kodak Black is on the same level as Kendrick Lamar, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever he said. And like even me, right? Everybody was like, bro, get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
If Kodak Black wrote that poem himself,
Yeah.
then Lil Duval, not that he's on the same level,
Yeah,
but he might have a point to where it's like, okay, we need to take Kodak more seriously.
Yeah.
Because like I don't listen to Kodak Black's music, bro.
I don't either.
But
I like his hits.
I think it's because of his shenanigans that surrounds himself and the way that he
Yeah.
raps. The way that your voice comes out on a song means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So, but on Kendrick's album, he was reciting like poetry to where you heard nothing but his voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, he really talking. If he wrote that shit, bro, which I'm assuming he had to have wrote that shit, he's really talking.
See, like what I noticed, like especially like a lot of the new age rappers, like you would probably put Kodak in that thing. When you hear him, he did a freestyle, right? And like the freestyle was like how we kind of explained, probably written, but messed up on a couple words and just like that, so you knew it was like just fresh. You can hear what he's talking about. You be like, man, we get so caught up in the beat that somebody's rapping on or their accent and things like that we forget the words. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I think the first time I really respected Kodak Black, I want to say he was like doing some type of like performance. I want to say it was like SNL or something like that, right?
Mhm.
And you know how when they bring somebody there and they have like they dim the lights on you and then you have like a whole different. Like, he was like singing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a poem singing in a sense, right? And I was like, his voice is amazingly controlled for what I didn't think it could be,
Right.
And it was like he's actually a really good dude. You know what I'm saying? I liked it, and like you said, the shenanigans we might forget what's going on and appreciate the art and things like that. But like you said, when they come back to it, I have to hear that poem. I want to hear what he's talking about. But knowing other things that I heard him talk about, just with his regular voice, he is talking about some real shit.
Yeah.
Even his new song, the Gremlin song, what's the actual called? Super Gremlin, something like that.
Super Gremlin.
Yeah, you feel me? Even that one, you listen to it, he talk about his brother, nigga, like stabbing him in his back, basically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we all have that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Life Therapy wasn't gonna be called Backstabbers. Actually,
Mhm.
that was the name of the album. So like when you hear those things and you hear people put it in their own words, and you be like, all you gotta do is just kind of like peep into their veil. You feel me, and see exactly what they feeling.
Right.
But yeah, Kodak. A lot of those rappers, mainly from the South as well, a lot of pain in they verses, bro.
Yeah.
And to the point that we write it off as like emotional rap and shit, like, you know, or like everybody's depressed. And it's like, no, bro, this is the norm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like when Kendrick comes, it sounds like, you know, oh, now we're really listening. This is heavy. But it's like, bro, everybody else is saying, not saying the same stuff, but because they can't articulate like Kendrick could, it sounds like the norm.
Yeah.
Everybody dying in every verse.
Right.
You feel me? So it'd be crazy.
All right. So I think I owe an apology, even though we didn't shit on him. But I think the first time he was introduced, to us, we kind of did shit on him. Not Kodak, Baby Keem.
No, definitely. Oh yeah, but we gave him his. You know what I mean? Like we came in here, I was like, that Baby Keem's just trash.
So
like, get Baby Keem the fuck out of here.
So the first time I heard Baby Keem was on that Family Ties record with Kendrick, right? And that was the first time we heard Kendrick in a long time. Yeah. And we were like, yo, get this guy the fuck out of here. Bro, Baby Keem is a problem, bro.
Baby Keem is hard.
See, I have to check him out too. So like I heard him the first time on that record, and it reminded me of like when Kendrick hopped on Richard Kidd record, and it was like okay, this is like Kendrick's record. And we didn't really appreciate it. So then when they got a Grammy off it recently, I was like, who is this guy? Like they got a whole Grammy off that record. And so yeah, definitely a lot of artists that I need to open my ears up to exactly what's going on. But yeah, man, we can't put things past people, man.
Yeah.
Like he got a Grammy off that record, I believe. And so it's just like whether it was with Kendrick or Lamar, he's a Grammy award winning artist. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a monument right there.
Right. He gonna get another Grammy for this too.
Yeah,
he has to.
It's not even a question, bro. Like there's nothing that nobody's gonna put up.
Bro, he gonna get an NCAA
award.
he might get an SP.
The poet laureate shit. He gonna get all that shit, bro.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He getting all that shit.
You know, another aspect about this album I do love was the production.
You did or didn't?
Loved it.
Yeah, okay. Bro. This was. I'll tell you the only negative thing that I could find about this.
Okay, let me hear
Give it to me.
Fire Song. Okay, is a song with him and Summer Walker.
Okay, what about that song you didn't like?
That's the one with Ghostface,
Ghost
right?
Killed that shit. You ain't like that
Ghostface? Ghost?
Okay. Let me.
I just try to emulate my voice like that.
So let me see. I love Ghostface. Okay. I don't think we needed him on that beat.
Don't think so?
No. I hear, honestly, bro, he should have threw Rick Ross on that.
Loved it, bro.
If you I feel like
you don't expect it.
See, but I'm so like that's the type of artist that I am. I purposely like if I'm gonna find somebody for a feature, I'm gonna find a song that I know that they will shine. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have put Ghostface on that record.
You gotta listen to it again, bro.
He was like, "Nah, you gotta go ahead and double dabble in that one."
And
how many times have you heard the album?
Like 4 times.
4 times.
Yeah.
So you don't like it?
I like the record.
Yeah.
I like, and like I said, he was talking to shit. Yeah. Ghostface was talking to shit, but I just don't like him for that song.
I can see what you're saying. I can see what you're saying.
It's not that it's a bad. It's not that it's a bad record. It's not that it's a bad verse. It's just I don't like him for that beat.
That's probably my least favorite song album. Dude.
Yeah,
that's gonna be fucking a single, huh?
Yeah, 100%.
So. Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Summer Walk on there. Is that going to be?
Yeah, that's gonna be a single.
Do you know who Taylor Page is?
No, I don't.
So Taylor Page is an actress. Okay, she what was she on? So she just did that Zola movie. She did a Zola movie.
I have never seen her or anything. I looked her up because I didn't know who that was.
You're gonna have to have I should have brought my computer. I'm like, I should brought my computer. I need that right there. Go ahead.
She I don't know what I forgot exactly.
She's been in a lot of shit. So she was in Zola. She was in White Boy Rick. Did you guys see White Boy Rick?
White Boy Rick.
She was in that. She played the drug dealer's girlfriend. Yeah. She was in this hit show on VH1 called Hit the Floor. Yeah. Right. So she bad little thing. She's cute to me, but she's an actress. No, she's dark skin.
Okay, no,
she's dark. Yeah. But she she ain't super dark. She kind of like, but she's not light skinned either. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, she's just an actress, bro. And he has a whole record or a whole was it like 5 minutes?
It's 5 minutes.
Where they're like rapping back and forth to each other.
Word?
And then cussing each other out. It's like a toxic relationship.
Toxic relationship.
But it is hard,
entertaining. It's everything.
It's like Kendrick is really on some mind altering.
It's different.
Not even a different take on music, but the take that we all should be approaching on music.
Oh no, most definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
When an artist is what
Right.
what you try to call it, put something out, it should sound like, I'm not gonna say sound like this because most niggas can't do this.
Mhm.
Right.
Like, and I'm saying most cannot do this.
Yeah.
This is different,
bro.
You know what? Without listening to this album, you know what I can tell you is a major part in Kendrick's production. So if you the main thing that we lost in today's age and back in like the 90s, let's say, or 80s with NWA, when Dr. J was producing a lot of music, there was a lot of samples, a lot of cuts, a lot of interludes, a lot of things that kept us involved into the songs. You know what I'm saying? Songs got so cut and dry that we'll have the beat, we'll have the raps, a hook, rap, hook, out. You feel me? And every time you notice when Kendrick did something, especially starting with Good Kid, Mad City on up, the interludes was always super meaningful.
Right.
Yeah.
It was always like that 90s feel type of like interlude, because we're going to give you a lot of information in this stuff. We're going to make you feel everything. And so when he comes to each album, it's like that same formula. How can I make them feel this even more? And so when we go to other albums, we might just say track 1, track 2, track 3, interlude, you know what I'm saying? Track 4, we think of it like that.
Yeah.
But when you gotta look at Kendrick Lamar album, like I said, it's an actual movie. So you might actually better break this shit down in like a chapter of this. Or you gotta actually think about what you're looking at it. And so he will really put you in the space from like, I mean, Good Kid, Mad City. It was like, it was like, nigga, don't steal the car. You feel me? Don't take the car. You feel me? And then he talk about, with Shireen in the car. You know what I mean? So you be like, what the fuck? So it was like a real, like, I'm seeing like this weekend play out. You know what I'm saying?
You know who tried to do that?
Who's that? Oh, YG?
No, Tory Lanez.
Oh,
did it go bad?
Tory Lanez is
that
shit. Was pretty
trash.
bad.
That was
on his Daystar album, right? That was Daystar album.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
Interludes was trash, but the album wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. But his skits were just like, come on, bro.
Oh,
get
it's
the
like,
fuck out of here.
It's 15 skits.
Like, yeah,
skit between every fucking song.
I just shot a drug kingpin.
I know.
I was like, what is going on? Now I'm running from the cops.
Daystar.
Right. Y'all niggas is fucking wild. See, that's another thing, man. 'Cause when you hear, all right, so I'm gonna break another layer down. So what Kendrick does, Kendrick is a great, like I said, he's a great artist, and the artist can basically go into a situation and explain what's going on in that room or that environment. So Rakim, when Rakim was explaining how he makes a rap, he says, I can look at this house right here, and the house is burnt down, but I can imagine life before it, and then how it got there, to who was there before, who sold in the house. Was there a dog out there, probably playing out? Did the dog burn? Like, no, it's like, it develops, and as you go into this burning house, you're looking, or this abandoned house, you're looking up the street, there's a story tied to it. And he said, I can develop a story out of it. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, when I look at Kendrick, and even going on to his transitioning, it's like, and I didn't hear it yet, but I'm pretty sure he's going to go into it very, very deeply. The main thing about it is that he can tell a story without making it seem like, oh my God, it's piercing someone else's heart, because everybody is really, really on edge when it comes to, like, PC culture. And then at the same time, still give his real accountants of what happened and not feel wrong for saying, this is how I felt, this is how I made everybody else feel. And just speaking true. I think that we don't speak enough truth, what we're doing anymore. And we try to really focus on what's hot, how would it be received. And from what it sounds like with this album, because Kendrick he always does this. He doesn't care about how it's perceived. He's just like, I'm putting this out because this is good for the soul. It's good,
that's exactly what he's doing. He's not straying away from anything. It's not PC. It's about how everything is perceived. It's about cancel culture. It's about feelings. It's about therapy. It's about everything that needed to be talked about in the culture. He's talking about the culture of how things, and that's all we've been doing, really. And when with the podcast about, like, man, we need to stop talking about killing. Like, talk about killing each other. You know what I'm saying? About the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Stop focusing on the negative, and this is what this is about. That's why I said this is the precipice of a starting point of something. I'm not gonna say something new, because this could be. I mean, people that hear this album is gonna really appreciate it. But I don't know.
But
Like I
to be
said,
honest, I think you have to be a one of us to appreciate it.
I don't think so.
I've seen a lot of bad
No,
reviews.
you do. So,
Have
like,
you? I haven't seen anything bad.
To the average listener, bro, to the average, like, I'm just here for a good time,
Oh yeah, they're not gonna fuck with it.
they're gonna be
Yeah.
like, what is this shit?
You gotta have a deeper meaning. You have to have a deeper understanding of life
Yes.
before you can conceptualize what's being said by artists of this caliber.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the
Yeah.
first thing. So it's like you don't have to go through stuff. You have to just be willing to be able to understand and sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, we just move too fast sometimes. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so it's like if you sit down with the music most likely, and then actually sit down with the words, and then do a little meditation, get your Bible out, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, because like when you listen to his verses and things like even from Cushion Corinthians back in the day he put out. You know what I'm saying? It's like you look at if you follow dude's music, you have to look at who he's following in life as well. So that's gonna be the main thing that's gonna tell you how somebody is putting out their music. To me, it sounds like he's a devout person of God. You feel me? When it comes down to it. And so it's like if we don't have that understanding, or at least I want to know, then it's gonna kind of be like a fly by, or I'm gonna get to it when I can, and things like that. And it's like you gotta just be able to open up and be like, okay, man, maybe I didn't hear from this person, but because he said it like this, it opened my way up, and now my life is transitioning in these different ways because he opened up my mind.
Right.
So I definitely think that Kendrick, that's why I said earlier, people can't really illustrate something in that way. You gotta be a prophet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a prophet like
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? To be able to go ahead, not saying he is or saying he's anointed, but it's like those types of feelings are given to the artists that can actually convey and change minds and open up perception. You feel me? So it's like you gotta be willing to have an open third eye.
Right.
Put it like that.
You know, it's cool to see in music who is really like who's making music for their legacy and who's making music for now.
For the time.
You know what I mean? And you can see that that's what he goes in trying to do. Like I'm here for my legacy. Cole is like that too.
Yeah.
I'm here for my I think Wale is like that.
Yeah.
Kendrick is like the Curtis Mayfield of hip hop. Like those like Roy Ayers of hip hop. Like, you know, like that's what you will go into Earth, Wind and Fire of hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, oh, damn. You can even say, like, to make it more current, he will be our today's like bigger Dr. Dre, but even more on top of that.
Right.
But to make it more like encompassing, I think it has to go on top of that because Dr. Dre's in this camp. And at the end of the day, right now, Kendrick to me is the head. And so you have to kind of go back, and all the things he's pulling from, all the different sounds, the samples, the way he's using his voice. You hear how even in the Heart 5, the way he's using his voice.
And the voice manipulation in this album is heavy as well.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
There's so many like good. I'm just thinking about it. There's so many good points on this album, like, bro, that we could talk about. Like, I don't even know how to get to it. Like the Crown, like with no drums in it, and it's just like the piano. Like, bro, it's it's nuts.
Yeah.
For an album that just came out a day ago,
classic,
and that's all, bro. It
has
there's
to
no way that it can't be.
And you know, especially him and I, bro.
There's no way
we don't do that.
I never.
We don't be like, this is classic.
It's classic.
We don't do. We might be like, this is trash instantly. You know what I mean? But like, we don't throw that classic word around.
Right.
We don't throw that best word around like
Phenomenal.
that. This shit was on some next level.
Phenomenal.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Like, definitely got me hyped up to like listen to this shit on my way.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's phenomenal, and I'm like, I want like. And it makes me wonder how come artists don't try to aspire to be more like this, to be more creative like this, to try to flip things and not just come out with everything that everybody else is making. Everything sounds the same.
Because everybody just living in the now, bro.
I can bottle it up a few ways. You know, doing the radio station, being in other artist things. One major thing is that there's no uniqueness anymore. Yeah. And what I mean by uniqueness, not always. Y'all can kill me on this or whatever the case is. I don't give a fuck. So the main thing about it is like, even when it comes to people's production and beats and things like that, a lot of people, they fast track things now. Mm-hmm. They don't do things the long way. They don't hit the pads no more. They rather like, you know, upload different loops and things like that and manipulate stuff to make it sound know how they want to do it.
Yeah.
And so it's like the main thing I'm realizing is that if you want to really like give your all in production, that even every frequency change shows that that's you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I hear something with Kendrick and I hear the sounds and things like that, those aren't dragged over sound banks. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You got people like when you got Kanye West. When Kanye West was doing all this production, he was in that motherfucker doing it. And if he couldn't do something, he would hire somebody
Right.
that can. He will hire a whole choir,
Yeah.
to come sing. He will hire a guitarist to come play, pianist to come play. You know what I'm saying? He will do these things to go ahead and make the song sound not only just unique, but that much more life put into the song. You feel me? And so when I hear artists doing like I said, like all of our shortcuts, you know what I'm saying? We're doing a lot of shortcuts. We're not taking time with our projects because we know we're on a fucking press release. You gotta get this out, gotta get this out. Like how you said, not like in a bad way. He was like, the last album was 2 years ago. Niggas might be like, damn, nigga, 20 years ago? Like, no, nigga, it was in 2020. But to them, that's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you striving to be great and you live in life, you have like back to Rakim. Rakim said, when I don't get writer's block. Writer's block is not a thing. He was like, if I do get writer's block, quotes, that means I ain't doing enough living. I gotta go out into the world and go experience stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to talk about no more. So you get writer's block or you get stuck, you know what I mean? But if you keep experiencing things, you're gonna keep it flowing. So Kendrick is definitely a sponge to the world. You feel me? So even in that 5 years that he was gone, people gotta understand that you gotta take some solitude time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants you to everybody wants you to give it up and give it up and give it up. And it's like, no, take that solitude time, you feel me? Because you're gonna need it. And so now we're all like, oh yeah, the 5 years, the cocoon finally popped open. Now we get to pimp the butterfly. And now we can understand it because probably nigga.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to Pimp a Butterfly.
Maybe this is his butterfly poem right here.
Amazing,
you feel me? Maybe he just popped out the cocoon just now.
I love the
butterflies
up there.
I loved it too, bro.
Everything.
I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, don't miss, bro.
What about Damn?
Damn doesn't miss.
Damn was all right. So Damn reminded me of
his worst album. Was it his worst?
But look, you gotta
so.
think about it like this: worst among the greats.
Yeah.
So you can't even say what you can't even say because Damn is amazing.
It's amazing. It's worst among the greats. You feel me? Like, what do you mean? I mean, and so it's like, so if you're comparing it to Kendrick, it would be like, okay, it'll be Damn at the last bit. You feel me? And I even put Section 80, the mixtape, on top of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like, Damn. It reminded me of could be a long stretch, but you remember when Kanye started changing from like Life of Pablo and he started doing like Yeezus. It was more of like a let me break down some things, do things a little bit, not saying easier, but let me give this raw form me and get this stuff out, not because it's less of me, but let me give this raw form. I want to give the raw form, taking out everything and just give this out. And then to me, I still actually heavily appreciated Damn, like you said, amongst the constructs of his album titles and like whatever. So like when you go to other artists, you see that sometimes they are just competing with themselves. There's nothing else you can do. They're competing with themselves. So Damn being at the bottom of his totem pole list is still at the top of many. You know what I'm saying? It's like
no, definitely. You can argue. I mean, any order of how you want to put them.
Right.
Except this one's number one and Good Kid, Mad City's number two.
Obviously, Good Kid was life changing, man. I still look at that van. Now I see, and people don't understand too. Like even when it comes to the album art, you feel me? Like
that was
the
hard.
van.
Yeah,
you know how many. I had a van when I was a kid. Running in that bitch. You feel me? So it was like being able to see like the authenticity. You feel me? Being able to see it.
Yeah.
It was just like, bro, man, he ain't out there, nigga, posted up with hella chains on the caddy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's my mama van, nigga. We used to whip this shit after we stole it and picked up Shireen. You know what I'm saying? It was like, this is it.
Right.
The Polaroid. And that shit was just hard. You feel me?
He definitely has transitioned as an artist from stage to from level to level.
Yeah.
I will say that definitely. And he's shown the most growth of any artist ever. Like,
I agree.
And that's why I think he's so successful in that aspect because dude is just constantly changing, constantly flipping, constantly coming out with something brand new every time. Right. And the thing about it is it's all quality product. It ain't no bullshit.
Yeah.
He ain't sophomore slump my hat, bro. Like it's always something new.
Yeah.
And it takes a while. And it's like, bro, when every time it come out, you know what I'm saying? King Kendrick, because motherfuckers don't do this, man.
Yeah, right.
Motherfuckers don't do this. If he don't ever put another album out, he don't have to at this point.
I believe that.
He's already won.
Yeah, I believe that.
Right.
At this point.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta just go ahead and just put them over the honorary space sometimes, man. It's like we don't need, not saying we don't need no more, we'll always want some more, and of course I have to still listen to it. So it's like, but yeah, sometimes you gotta anoint people, man, and just be like, all right, man, this is the godfather of this moment right now. Nobody can touch it, because you know what I mean? Because sometimes you just be like, just based off of subject matter, man, it's like, did that heal you?
Yeah.
You feel me? Did that heal you, or at least a little bit? That'll repair one of your broken things. Like,
yes,
music has to do that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Did that like, I've been telling people a lot. So like, the reason why I've been going so hard recently too, so like the Kanye documentary helped me out a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that documentary helped me out to the point that it was like, it made me want to like just beef up everything I was doing. It made me go really, really hard.
Right.
And so hearing the stuff that's going on with Kendrick right now, it's just like, you know, like I said, definitely got to check out the project, because I want some newfound energy.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Well, an hour went by pretty quickly today.
Yep.
All right, just tell everybody we got to get out of here. So tell everybody where they can find you one last time.
Of course, man. Make it easy. KalenMaurice.com, man. You already know what it is.
We appreciate you for coming on today too,
Yeah,
brother.
we
We got to do this again, man.
I appreciate
All right.
y'all, man.
Well, you already know. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Cool Kids Table at everything. And we'll be back next week.
Peace.
Sir. All right now.